Had some whale watching today.
Oh,
Nice.
that's great news.
Oh,
Yep. Yep. Booked several $1,000s worth of tours today as well for future.
Cool.
Yay.
Starting.
Awesome.
Yep.
Starting
Yep.
when, Ian?
The Zodiacs are out now because they're 12 passengers or less. We're not stacking them full of people, obviously. It doesn't seem to be good visuals. And then the big boats industry wide are good January or July 1st. So, and we're lucky our big boats have 200 seats on them. We never take more than 100 people, including crew, and at this point we'll only take 50. So, everybody gets 4 seats. So it's socially safe.
One for your jacket, one for your camera.
Yep. One for your cold beverage because we can't supply it.
Oh,
hi, Ben.
Hi,
We're close, Michelle.
nice to see you.
Yeah.
we are. We're getting there. So we need, hi, Melissa. We need 20 people to have our quorum. And Steve and I were thinking we have 38 people registered, but once we have 20 on, we'll just start the meeting and then carry on. And I'll just keep admitting people as they hit the waiting room. So we are
20 right now.
nice. Well, except that Kyra Williams is our summer student, so she can't actually be counted, and neither can I. So
Exactly.
does that mean we're at 18?
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, we're not allowed to vote on these things. So. Oh, but here's Kevin from DFH. So now we're at 19. Oh, and I've just realized that Zoom tells me how many participants are in the meeting. I haven't had to count before. You'd think. Oh, and here's Heather, one of our new members, High Rise Advertising. So now we are officially at 20 members.
It's ridiculous.
And hopefully Ernest comes on. That would be helpful.
Yeah, that would be helpful. If he doesn't, I can do that part. Hi, Kevin.
Hey, everybody.
Hi, Heather. It's nice to meet you.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Michelle. We've been emailing back and forth, you and I.
Yes, great to be here. Great to be part of the group.
So, Steve, I'll leave it up to you whenever you want to start. We're at 20 members.
Yeah, I'm gonna text Ernest to see where he's at. And then...
I can do that. Oh, wait, here's Chris from Mortgage Depot.
So does that mean that we are the devoted diehards of the organization, or?
Well, yeah, I feel like you should get some sort of special prize. You definitely are the diehards. Come to the AGM when there's no food and drink.
Sure there is. Everyone's fridge should have
We're
something.
not drinking, Michelle. Do not fool yourself.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
I mean, I have no food in my house. That's normal. It's just fridge fully stocked.
I just meant we're not all eating and drinking in one venue, basically. But I was like, this is maybe the way to do the AGM all the time. Usually for me, the AGM day is like full day of organizing and setting up and last minute stuff and
Parking's cheaper.
slides and all that kind of thing. And I was like, wow, I'm just skating through this whole AGM thing this year. So I probably shouldn't say that too loud.
Well, you had a lot of other work.
Yeah, that's right. It's like, yeah, it's not like I'm just sitting around at this point. So,
Okay, I'm ready.
okay.
I have got everything here. Thanks for coming, everybody. And for those that don't know me, I'm Steve Pierce, and I'll introduce. I'm the current president of Think Local First, and thank you all for coming. I've got several notes and lots of emails set up, so it's a little bit different than, of course, normal. But I'd love to call the AGM to order, and I will give my report after. I just need a motion, please, to approve last year's minutes. If anyone would like to do that, how we're going to do this is just like Cecilia did, is there's one of two ways. Since we can see everybody on one screen right now, you can either put your hand up and say aye, and we'll just pick the first one, and then we'll need a seconder for this, please. Anyone?
Thanks, Tony.
Tony, thank you very much. Anyone opposed? And how you basically do that is just like Rob said, you have the thumb down instead, but they don't have that on there. You can only be kind on Zoom. So thank you. So pass. Thank you very much, all. I'm going to give a really quick report here, and Michelle already did do part of that, is introducing Kyra Williams, who's been working with Michelle very closely with the Support Local BC, which has been an incredible thing that TLF has been able to bring to British Columbia as a whole. So that's been very exciting. And we'll allow Michelle to talk a little bit more about what they've been doing at the end of our AGM, if that's okay, Michelle?
Sure, yeah.
Okay, excellent. So I did receive a note from Mayor Helps, and I'm just going to give a couple of the highlights. She was unable to make it because they have their council meeting going on right now, but I'm going to pull out the stuff that's all good stuff about Think Local First. But she thanked us for inviting her, and sorry she wasn't able to make it because of the council meeting going on. And she really wanted to express her thanks to Think Local First for our tremendous leadership during COVID-19 and our solution-based methods that we did take on for this. And in particular, she said Stephen and Michelle. It says, Stephen has had a perfect attendance record at my twice weekly and now weekly calls with business community. I get a gold star. Holy, she should tell my mom. So that would be nice. And the gift card program, of course, has been a lifeline for local businesses, and this has made it great, obviously, for Victoria and the spread province-wide. Even though she knows this is a difficult time for local business, they're doing everything they can to help. I mean, there's a lot of red tape and a lot of things provincially, federally, municipally that you have to deal with, and then all the different policies and groups as well, from WorkSafe to VHA to everyone. So they've had a lot of struggles. So she does go on to talk about all of the things that they're doing in the opening up of downtown. But what we'll do is we will put this together and we'll send this out with the AGM package. And in saying that, I want you to know that we are recording this and it will be edited. So this is just to share with other members because of the lack of individuals trying to make it to these events. So just want to make sure everyone's okay with that and that we are doing so. As well for the Societies Act and proving that we had an AGM, which is really important too. I'm going to jump real quick to some of the highlights of this year. We had an unbelievable attendance record when it came to any of the events we had, and the mentorship that's happened amongst businesses and the support amongst businesses here has been absolutely, like honestly, I can't say enough. There's times where Michelle and I were talking as we were going through the COVID part that we're so happy to see that we've had been able to make an impact and help people. But at the same time, it's you as a group that has helped each other, and that collaboration is beyond. Everyone's kind of looked out to how can I help not just myself but others, and that's what we've really put forward as a solution-based group, is what can we do to grow what our message is. Some of the positive things, of course, when you have 200 members and you have 50 of them showing up in a mixer monthly. That's pretty amazing. There's not too many membership groups that have that, and that togetherness and the feel good portion. I won't say it's just because of Spinnaker's beer and the food that comes and the different organizations that donate things and the locations. The locations are tremendous. I think our largest showing was at
Is there a reason you didn't close the garage door?
sorry? Nope. Oh, we're good. Okay. I think it was at Prince of Wales. How many people did we have at that one, Michelle?
Well, we have the limit, 90.
Yeah.
So-
Yeah, and there were some other individuals there too, which is fantastic, and it just keeps growing the message. Just to talk real quick about the last 4 weeks. I don't know if any of you have been around, but it's been busy for all. Tongue in cheek. We've all been working so hard to sort of see what does this mean next. But some of the positive action, of course, is support local YYJ gift certificate initiative. The media support, like, thank you so much to Check, the Q, Times Colonist. Even we did some work on 107.3. Like, it kept growing and growing. Van City for their support and helping us put together and being able to hire Kyra as well. And it's unbelievable how people have come together. And of course, the other thing that's weird is that for us, Think Local was normal. Now all of a sudden there's this big fad of, oh yeah, everyone, let's jump on the Think Local bandwagon. Guess what? We've been doing it for just a few years. So it's kind of neat to see that we have had now the member communication. And what I'm meaning by that is this regional planning of the business talks. Think Local First is actually included now in Victoria's Economic Plan 3.0, which is over the next 25 years. We're a part of that now. Before, we didn't even have a seat at the table. Now we are actually written into the plan, which is neat. South Island Prosperity Partnership membership in kind, a $10,000 membership in kind. They just said, we love what you're doing. We want you to be a part of this. You're included, and they're doing nothing but supporting us. And we're involved in 2 of the 12 committees, plus as well, I sit on the overall task force with some very influential government officials, very important people in business within this community. And we are there as an equal now with the Victoria Chamber, as well as Downtown Business Association, with Destination Victoria. We're there with them now, which is very neat. So with that too, of course, we've grown our relationships across BC, BC EDA, local BC, Love Northern BC. We've reached 63 communities or plus. I'll let Michelle talk about that in a bit. But those are just some of the highlights of what's happened and what we've been able to do. And so now, I mean, it's been tremendous. I don't even know what to say other than what's next. What's next is this year coming up, and this group that's on here. We had, obviously, May 1st is our renewal date for memberships. Things are looking really good there and up, and people have seen the value of what it means to be a part of Think Local First. And as well, if you haven't paid, please do. But we no. Yeah, Michelle asked me to say that. That was my thing. But also, we're looking at doing some regular virtual check-ins until it's safe to meet back in person again. So we thank every one of you for being there and being a part of this. I got to jump back over to what we're going to talk about next. Is we have the financial report. I did not hear, I don't see Ernest on here. So do you want to take that on then, Michelle, please?
Sure, yeah. So I did include a link to the financial reports for 2019-2020. So our fiscal year goes 1st of May to the 30th of April. We did finish this year with a small profit of $2,986.54. We have predicted we would be breaking even But we did lower our expenses as much as we could. And in the end, a lot of my time for March and April were devoted to support local YYJ, which Van City had provided $7,500 for. So my time came out of that pot and not out of the Think Local First main money. So that's kind of where that sits. We currently have 197 members. Which is very exciting. And one new member here with us, Heather Williams from High Rise Advertising. Welcome, Heather. As Steve said, you know, the bulk of our money still comes in the 1st of May when most of our members do renew, although we do accept renewals all the way through the year now. It kind of spreads the cash flow out for us a bit. So very straightforward financials. If anyone has any questions, I'm super happy to answer those. Van City did supply us with $7,000 in sponsorship last year for learning events and connecting within the community. And as I mentioned, for Support Local YYJ, which was the gift card website we set up originally in Victoria, they loved the idea, asked me how much I thought I needed to run that. I said $5,000. They said, here's $7,500. I said, okay. And we have been working together very closely, myself, Van City, and as Steve said, other regional organizations as well. But I have to say that Van City has been an amazing sponsor, not just financially, but just their willingness to connect Think Local First with other businesses, other organizations that are like-minded. I have really, really enjoyed the connections that I personally have made within the Van City community. So that's a little off topic for financial statements, but I will let Steve call for a motion.
Okay, so I'll just say that there are some, when you also see this, you're going to see that there's a large increase in our revenue over years past. In 2018-19, we were 46,939 in revenues, and this year we're 85,222.82, and that's because of the gift card program. We had to run it through it was an in and an out with Support Local YYJ. Ending in the year, of course, last year our total expenses were quite high at 67,247, and this year they're 82,250. So we had a surplus profit of 2986, which I'm sure will get spent. So if I could please get a motion to accept the financial report as presented, Ian, and can I get a seconder, please? Caitlin. Thank you. Anybody have any questions, or anyone opposed? Okay, consider as passed. Thank you very much. Oh, someone? No.
Mark Paul just joined.
All in favor? We're good. Okay. Okay, so this brings us on to the next real quick part here is I would love to thank the departing board members before I introduce all of the board members here. So I see Dawn here. So Dawn Landels, thank you very much for your time and on the marketing committee as well. And are you going to continue helping us there, Dawn?
Absolutely. You can bet on that. I will. And thank you for the opportunity, and welcome to the new board members.
Excellent. Thank you very much. And we will have a discussion at the end of this. So if people want to have any questions or anything that comes up, if you could just hold them to the end there, and we'll do some little round table discussion. Sharon Davies, I see Sharon on here.
No, she couldn't make it tonight.
Okay. Sharon Davies, of course. And then we had Craig Smith. Craig
also couldn't make it.
Didn't make it. And Rob Reed. Hello, Rob.
Hi, team.
Thank you very much. And do you have anything you'd like to say, or?
No, it's just, it's you know, it's been a pleasure to be involved with this group for all the right reasons. A real positive karma that exists with Shop Local, Think Local, and all that good stuff about building our community. And, you know, while we were in a pandemic, I don't want to say it, but I mean, it really worked, and it brought us together, and it brought you guys together doing all the right things with all the other businesses and government agencies in town. So it's really allowed this group to shine. And so I know that it'll just get shinier with all the new board members. So looking forward to hearing about all the activity in the future. So it should be fun.
Excellent. Thank you very much. So now, thank you to all of you. And for any of those who have stepped away, departing board members, we're obviously still very welcome to be a part of committees and things that you've helped us with in the past. So please do consider to do so. And that goes out to everybody, and we'll have a discussion about the committees too at the end. Now introducing the new board members. So we have Cecilia Velasco, Mindex Magazine, if you want to wave and say hello. Right there.
Hi, everybody.
Down in my bottom corner there. Excellent. We have Ben Cram from Fernwood Coffee and lots of businesses.
Hey, everyone.
Thank you, Ben. And,
Lots of businesses. It sounds so.
oh, what's that?
It sounds so dubious. Like
Yeah.
lots of business.
Yeah, he's a busy guy. I love him. Yeah, and we'll give everyone a chance to say something right at the end here after we're done. And then Gary Hollick from Page One Publishing. So one left and one came back on there. So thank you very much, Gary. Oh, there you are on this side. And Tony Drulette from Concise Media Management and Elite Sports, of course. So Tony.
Hey, everybody.
Excellent. Thank
Welcome.
Thank you.
So I now want to also introduce for you here who maybe do not know, or anyone that's new. So myself, Steve Pierce, current president. We have Caitlin McKenzie is our vice president from Monk Office. We have Paul Hadfield, who is going to be the forever past president.
So you're going to hang in there forever. Awesome. Well done.
That's right. The mentorship forever. Does that mean I stay president forever? Or I just get to step away and you take over still. We have Ernest Bednard, treasurer with Malhat Valuation Group, and Paul's with Spinnakers, of course, and his several other community involvements are incredible. And Matt King, Robinson's Outdoor Store.
Hello, everybody.
Here he is. And we have Raynard Peterson from 100.3 The Q. Where are you? There you are, but up in the top corner. Excellent. And then, of course, we have Michelle Hamilton, our managing director, who I think everybody knows, and she just does just a little bit of work around here. And then Kyra. Where'd Kyra go?
She's in the Brady Bunch picture somewhere there.
Yeah, and then Kyra Williams, who has been very helpful in doing some amazing things, which I'd like to then move on to that to let Michelle sort of talk about what that looks like right now.
Sure, yeah. So if you were on the check-in that we had, you will know that Support Local YYJ, which was selling gift cards for our businesses here in Greater Victoria, caught the attention of a few other regional, provincial organizations, and it morphed into Support Local BC. In the beginning, they were actually two separate things, so we were still running Support Local YYJ and Support Local BC, but in the middle of May, we kind of shut down Support Local YYJ and just moved all the Victoria businesses into Support Local BC, which is quite amazing. Just the connection that we have with all of the economic development organizations throughout BC that are sponsoring their communities so businesses can join. And to let you know that businesses receive the full value of the gift certificates that people purchase. We have created a cost recovery funding model, so communities pay for the processing fees for $25,000 worth of gift cards, and then they pay $250 for us to create the community page and add 100 businesses to that page. So the cost for that is $1,275, which most communities find very reasonable to be included with such great company throughout the province. So far, drum roll please, we are at almost $61,000 worth of gift certificates sold.
Wow.
Yeah, really exciting. I actually had so many sales yesterday. I have the Shopify app on my phone and it makes a cha-ching, cha-ching. I had to turn the sound off on my phone because it was distracting me from doing my work. We are selling on average about $1,000 of gift certificates a day. And I work with communities to set up campaigns to get out to consumers, and they usually run some sort of promotion to get consumers on there. So if you're in the Salmon Arm Shuswap region, their program launched today, and we are still reaching out to communities to participate. The Kelowna Business Improvement Association, we're having conversations with them now. And as I said, we're working very closely with Van City, but also with Loco BC, BCEDA, and Love Northern BC, which is a program of the Northern Development Initiative Trust. And Fortis BC came on board, and they have dedicated 4 operators in their phone call center so that we could have a 1-800 number on the website. And they have helped me really flesh out the FAQs because that is what they use to answer questions when people call. The other piece that we did, which is really exciting, is we integrated a business portal into the website. So businesses now log into this platform and they can see in real time all the information for the gift certificates that people have purchased from their business, instead of waiting for me to send them a snippet of an Excel spreadsheet. The thing I'm working on this week is an integration that will allow us to connect with that portal to QuickBooks and then to a direct deposit platform, which means that businesses will get paid on a weekly basis instead of a monthly basis, which just makes this platform sustainable in the long run. So I'm really excited to get to know all of these amazing businesses. I have to say, if I'm ever in Prince Rupert, I will be trying Opa Sushi because Opa Sushi is rocking the gift certificate world, let me tell you that. And I think, you know, with international travel suspended for the near future, I think that staying closer to home, this is just a great way for me, for you, for anyone in the province to explore those local businesses that really give our communities the identity that we know and love. We are working kind of on a 2 September program for Support Local BC, but in our working group conversations that we have on Friday, we're also looking at ways to keep that connection. What could Support Local BC look like after September, after December? What makes it sustainable? How is it valuable to communities, to businesses, to organizations like ours? And in that light, I have a phone call on Monday with Minister Michelle Mungle. She is the Provincial Minister for Jobs, Economic Development and Competitiveness. I am having a conversation with them because they were interested in creating a gift certificate website for businesses in the province. And the BCEDA said, hey, we've already done that. So I'm not really sure where that will take us, but it is so wonderful to see Think Local First logo alongside all these other great organizations on the Support Local BC website. And I invite you, if you haven't looked at the website recently, to check it out. It is changing every day, and I can tell you that because I'm in there editing it. And the FAQs, boy, those FAQs are like a work of art right now. It's a standing joke in our working group that there's always got to be something added to the FAQs. So thank you so much for hearing me out on what has been really an amazing journey for me and for Think Local First. That's it. Sorry, I took more time than I planned on that one.
No, it's okay. Thank you very much, Michelle. Honestly, and I think the one thing that is, and I can't even remember what she's been saying, but the one thing that's incredible is we've been looking at, Michelle and I discuss and try and stay ahead of the curve the whole time. So our discussions are, okay, this is what's happening right now, but what does this look like in a month? What does this look like in 2 months and 3 months and 4 months? So our mastermind plan is that we're growing the Think Local First message. Think Local First Victoria will keep its identity, but what we're looking at now is how do we increase that impact and that connection with communities. So right now it gave us the opportunity. We were able to connect and grow those relationships and where Think Local First sat in the South Island. Then we took it to where it sits in the island and then BC wide. So now we're looking at how does Think Local BC become the tourist destination? How does it, if it's internally or if it's outside of BC going forward? So our relationships with BC EDA and what we're growing there is, do we now become a part as Destination BC grows their wings and opens up the borders, that we're a part of that, so that all of our businesses it is going to be incredible. Like, we just keep pushing this actual perpetual wheel of growth. So we're excited to be a part of it. And I'm hoping that any of you want to be a part of that marketing and think tanks, please join a committee and help us look at that in the membership side too, as well as people are, I mean, that's what we are. We're membership based because we want to promote businesses to have success, because people want to come to Victoria for the culture, and they want to come because Ian's group, not only are they taking to see great sites, but Ian's group are great people. So I just picked you. Yeah, you're welcome. But no, but it's true though, right? If you want to buy running shoes, hey, I just bought a great, beautiful pair that are too nice to run in. So I got to go get a second pair that I can actually get dirty. I love them so much. Brooks Ghost boot, I love those ones. Blue with some gold or bronze, I guess, color. But anyways, please do reach out, because the more you get involved, you'd be amazed the momentum that is created within your businesses, and the ideas and the mentorship of what you can offer and what you can find in others. I've been in business for many years, over 30 years with my own business, and I started at 2, but that's okay. And just kidding. But like all of you learn so many neat things. I am so impressed with what the young entrepreneurs are coming up with, and as well with those that have been in business for a long time, what they have done to change, to pivot. And I'm stealing your line. You don't have to pivot a whole bunch to be successful, but maybe just take the blinders off. And so I'm going to leave it at that, and I'm going to open up right now for, yeah, go ahead, Michelle.
Sorry, I just wanted to say one thing. I know that we've been talking about Support Local BC and that whole momentum in getting Think Local First out there, but a little bit closer to home. Vancity for fiscal year 2020-21 has provided us with an additional $7,500 sponsorship. And what we talked about doing with that money was learning events. So virtual learning events. I don't want to duplicate what other organizations are doing, but maybe we talk about business resiliency. Maybe there are topics that you would value that you haven't found other organizations are providing. So I would value feedback on what you think would be good suggestions for those kind of things. We have so many skilled, knowledgeable people in our membership that sharing that knowledge in a more formal, structured way, such as an online learning event, would be really beneficial to everyone. So put your thoughts on paper or in an email and shoot them my way. So
thank you. We'll do it by basically, if you want to just put your hand up, if anyone has any questions, statements, things to help us out. Hey, we got 2 pages. Oh, Paul.
Hey, I have a question about the gift certificates.
Mm-hmm.
So you keep sending me these little emails that like I have to check in and collect this money. What do gift certificates look like? Are we to send out gift certificates to people?
No, you don't. Sure. You don't need to send gift certificates
Yeah.
to the buyers unless it works better for your POS system and your staff. So with Robinsons, for instance, when I send them the report, or now when they look in that business portal, Erin actually makes up a gift certificate for each person. She makes up a Robinsons gift card, which is easier for them to scan and track. And then she leaves it at the cash desk with that person's name on it. So when the person comes in and shows the gift card on their smartphone, or they printed it out, then she just pulls that gift card out and uses that for their purchase. And if there's something left on it, they take that card away. So you don't need to do that, but like I said, if that works better for your business, then you can do that.
So essentially, it's all coming in on a smartphone.
Yeah, it's on an email basically. So.
But the money's already
We
in
just
your
did a little sheet and we jot down the number associated with the gift card once someone brings it in and uses it. And there's enough that it's manageable. Our staff just scan and see, okay, this gift card. And then if they've printed it, they write the new balance right on it. The same as we used to do when we had paper gift certificates.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
What are you guys doing, Rob?
Well, Nick's handling that, but much the same thing. So, yeah, depending on how they spend it, we're doing sales at the door and Shopify and all kinds of things. So they're usually just sending in an email if they're not in person, or if they are in person, they're handing it over, and he's just documenting it so that we can track them as they come in from Michelle's communications with us. So.
Yeah, it sits as a liability in your accounts until you write that portion off. So the money's in the account, you just got to figure out how you get it out.
Yeah, it's always that on account sort of situation, and that's the way gift certificates operate, right? So you always have to, be aware of that.
Okay. I saw another question. It says Melanie, but I know it's not Melanie down here. It's,
Yes.
That's Melanie's hand. We just can't see Melanie.
Melanie's hand, the floating hand.
Yes. There was once upon a time a store called Made in Oregon, and they sold all kinds of manufactured goods that were made in Oregon, and they had it at the airport, and they had it all over the place, and so maybe that we could Made in BC. We could get a store together called Made in BC, and
No, it's a good idea. I think that's something that they're trying to do right now with this whole recovery program, is develop the province is trying to help as much as possible. And even though they're supposed to be writing policy, they're now trying to get into business too. And we'll see what happens with that. I was on a couple calls that are about that, developing a website that people are like, the .ca was only supposed to be Canadian companies, and there was some stipulation. They're looking at doing that same thing for BC for sure right now.
It would make really good sense on something like that to get into YYJ or YVR or onto the ferries with Made in BC.
Yeah,
it's a great idea.
Yeah, no, that's fantastic.
I'll have a conversation with the people out at YYJ and see what the opportunity might be on that one. That's very cool.
Yeah, I like it a lot. Okay, who was next? Someone else had something.
I saw Ben's hand up.
Ben.
A quick thing about the gift certificates that for future marketing or just in discussions about them, what we've noticed is we're an extremely regular based business. It's all regulars. The gift certificates have not been one regular, it's bringing in new people. So it's not just bringing in a one-time purchase, it's probably bringing in new lifelong customers. So it's a way bigger benefit than just the amount that's been brought into the bank account. So just wanted to point that out.
Would you put that in an email to me, Ben?
Yeah,
I can use that.
I'll add that to the testimonial.
I love that. Thank you. That was so helpful.
Yeah,
I mean, that's so good for me to hear.
I'd
you know
like to
that
have that email too.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
that it's not just your regular customers that are doing that. I should ask some other businesses if they're seeing new faces coming in with the gift certificates as well, because that's definitely a benefit, right?
Oh, huge.
Yeah.
Well, I can tell you the 14 gift certificates that I bought, at least, I don't know. I tried to buy something from everybody that I'd never shopped at before, just because I wanted to make myself go there too. So it's pretty cool. Other than there's probably the other 6 I love, so it was good. And I tried to spread the love there too. Anyone else have anything? No, nothing. Mark, you're muted.
I'm gonna unmute you.
Oh,
I'm asking you to.
The power, Michelle, that you hold.
No, all I can do is ask him to unmute him. I can't actually unmute him. Hey, Mark.
I think I unmuted myself. Anyway, Just 18 just opened on Thursday, so without it, there wasn't a lot of interest, right? So, but there was some sales, and the sales before it opened were for new customers, so that's kind of nice. I've since added it to the front page of both the Just 18 site and Shadow Victoria site. So who knows? I think people that might buy it for a hotel would be like people that are buying to help out at a wedding or a social group or something like that. And we haven't had much of that lately. So, you know, it's all in the future, but I think it's a great little tool, and I'm looking forward to it helping. So thank you.
Fantastic. I mean, really, the other thing too is that people don't realize that the transaction fee is covered and the processing fee is covered too. So for some, if you're dealing with someone's using a credit card that you don't realize, which I found out, that some of them are 4.5%, and so they're purchasing that way. Well, that's all covered. So on $1,000, I mean, $40 helps some days, right? So you have to look at that part of it as well. What's funny, Michelle?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I don't have a poker face. Dawn just sent me a text message that said, you can snag Ben's testimonial from this recording. I'm like, I can. I actually can.
That's my Johnson marketing.
Sorry, I should probably just not be looking at my phone right now.
That's good. Yeah.
Does that mean I'm off the hook for sending an email?
That's what I heard.
Sounds like it to me.
Yeah, exactly. And I do like our Brady Bunch family look here, so that's great. It's absolutely amazing. So, yes.
I wanted to mention something that Melanie and I and some of our staff members have found really useful. The courses, the information meetings that we've had on a whole host of different subjects. So I always look at those with great interest. And when this COVID nonsense is behind us, and then we can get together. I mean, it can be done in this kind of a format, I realize, but there's nothing like sitting with people and learning from somebody and exchanging ideas. So I do look forward to more of those down the road.
Excellent. Thank you very much. Yeah, no, there's going to be a lot of good topics come out of this. We've been approached. Our one company is called Left Brain Performance, and we're going to be working with Leadership Victoria and doing a little bit more with them too. And the not-for-profits are really, you know, they're hurting as well too and trying to do what they can. So it's too bad Stephen wasn't able to make it, but they're working hard on they have a leadership resiliency program they're putting on right now with 16 not-for-profit groups. So that'll be neat too. Did someone else have something? Did I see someone jump in? You know? Anyone have anything? Come on.
So Melanie here. So can Michelle mention the Made Oregon store to the BC government officials?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Yeah.
Definitely.
Yep.
Excellent. Okay, so if we don't have anything else, do we want to adjourn this meeting? Does someone want to first that?
Okay.
Thanks, Tammy.
Anyone second? Sandy?
Okay, Sandy, thanks.
Okay. Anyone opposed to ending and going and eating dinner?
Yeah, beer's almost empty. Time for
Oh, nice.
Just in time for a refill.
That's right. Oh, that's fantastic.
This evening. Nice to see everyone this evening.
Yes.
Yeah,
I
nice
just
to
want to
see.
say what a great job you guys are doing.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Thanks, Michelle. Thanks, Steve.
Thank you.
No,
Guys.
Paul, everybody.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks,
Good night.
guys.
Thanks, everybody.
Go well watching.
Have a good night.
Stay safe.
Have a good night.
Good night, everyone.
Everybody.
Good night.
Bye.